One thing I realized today, um, I'm still kind of in shock, even now, um, about Jesus. um, uh, Basically, nobody knows. Nobody knows what I've been through in my life to this point. Basically, across the board, it's insane. Absolutely insane. How much I've been through. Um, and like I guess I'm still kind of in shock that someone else went through this also. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about God went through this. You know, everything I've gone through in my life. So today I was just driving, and I'm like, it's just not possible. It's just not possible. Even though I'm alive and I've been helped up to this point, I'm still in shock, in denial. I'm like, it's just not possible. You know, that's how insane this is to me. I'm being serious. I'm just like, it's just not possible. You know, I should have been dead a long time ago. This isn't possible. You know, and I was just saying, no one's that crazy to go through all that. No one is that insane. No one is. You know, so um, so I guess yeah, I'm still in shock about it all. You know, if I'm honest. um, because if there's no Jesus, I don't have to do anything. You know what I mean? I don't. You know, if there was no Jesus, I wouldn't have to do anything. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see it. Like, no God, no purpose, no reason to be here. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Bada bing, bada boom. But since there is, it, it throws everything off in a way, you know. And now I'm being prepped for pretty much war. You know, it feels like, you know, to be his battle axe. You know, that's what it feels like. Um, who would have thought someone so peaceful or so loving, apparently, would prepare somebody for battle? Basically, you know, the, the the Lord has many sides, many sides to him. That's all I can say. Many sides. Uh, that's all I have to say about that. But basically, like, I'm just like, well, just swing me where you want to send the battle axe. Basically, just I'll go there. Basically, that's what I'm saying to him. Just like that's what I'm made for. You know, I'll be I'll be as much a battle axe on YouTube, but in real life I'll be one too. You know, this whole planet, this whole Earth is just. This is what I thought about today. This whole Earth is pretty much a gladiator arena to me. The whole Earth is. Doesn't matter where I'm go on this earth, I'm targeted. So this whole earth is pretty much a gladiator arena to me. And God knows I get targeted anywhere I go on this earth. Anywhere. That's where I'm like, I don't even care to hide anymore. Or even try to hide. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where I go. I'm fighting these things. And God knows I am. So, but he allows it. So he has a reason for it. He's prepping me for battle. Prepping me for war or something. Sharpening the axe. It feels like he's sharpening his axe. And I'm the axe. Basically. And he's pretty serious about sharpening the axe. So, but in my opinion, once he starts swinging the battle axe, it's like he's swinging a part of himself. So he is swinging as he's using me as the battle axe. It's actually a part of him that he's using, in my opinion. So anything I say that's with force, it's actually him saying it, swinging, in my opinion. More so than me. And I asked him today, I'm like, can I bring out that intensity and that anger and that rage that's within me that you know about? He's like, soon. I'm like, nice. So I'm like, it's gonna be nice. Because he knows I've been having this built up for so long, just this inner fire, that only he knows about. The level of it is, and so once that comes out, people are gonna listen to anything I say. I promise. So, but anyways, it's got to be all precise. The axe has to be swung with precision. You know what I'm saying? And the words are cutting like an axe is. It's the words that are going to cut. Basically, that's how I see it. But if you would have told me I was going to be a battle axe for the Lord in my lifetime, I would have said you were batshit crazy. Nope. I don't even believe in God. That's what I would have said. There is no God. Duh. That's what I would have said like 15 years ago, for example. There's no God. Duh. Look around. Look at this place. There's no God. Look at the evil in this world. This place is a total shithole. There's no God. That's what I would have said about 15 years ago. But these days, I'm like, I don't even know how to explain it. Let's just say I've been surprised the shit out of. One, like someone's crazy enough to have been through so much crazy shit that I have been in myself, like the same shit. Someone who's crazy enough to go through that same shit and still going through the same shit. Currently, right now, he's going through what I'm going through. I have no doubt, And I thought about this. I'm like, I feel like I'm carrying a cross now. I never felt like that before, but now I feel like I'm carrying a cross, But he's carrying his cross still, I can see him like ahead of me carrying his cross. He's still carrying his cross, in my opinion. Like, in a way, he is. Still, to this day, he's carrying his cross. And it's like he wants me to carry my cross and follow him, basically. Like, pretty much follow the the leader, the bigger badass, follow him. That's what it feels like. Um, that's totally what it feels like. And I'm just like, God damn. But part of me was in denial. I'm like, this can't be happening. This cannot be happening. Like today, I'm like, everything on this planet, everything on this earth tells me that this is not possible. You know, what God's trying to do with me? It's not possible. You know what I'm saying? It's just not possible. It's disproving the medical field. It's disproving everything. That I'm still alive. I'm still going. It disproves anything. Just like anything the world teaches, it disproves it by me being alive, in my opinion, and getting better. you know. So I'm just like, this can't be happening. I just want to believe what the world believes. Like, there's no God. I want to go back to that. Like the atheist, like we can do whatever we want. There's no God. I want to go back to that. I do. I admit that. Like go back to doing what I want when I want. Because there's no God. Can't go back to that now. Just think I got totally redirected, different way. So I'm just like shit. Like nobody understands how crazy all this is, like I do. Like nobody does, like I do. And I'm just like, this can't be possible. This is not possible. Someone suffered my whole life for decades, the whole time. Someone suffered it all. So they could bring me to this point, and keep bringing me to new points, basically. It's just insane, It's just like, it's not possible. And I'm just like, and I said this, I'm like, and I don't mean to offend a lot of people on the planet, but I'm like, God, why can't you just be an idiot like most people? I hate to say that. I'm like, why couldn't you just be an idiot like everybody else? I'd be long gone by now. I'd be long gone. I would have been dead a long time ago if he was dumb. If God was dumb, I'd be gone. And he knows that. But he's so sharp. He's so smart. You know. He's tracked me my whole life. He's tracked me. He knows everything about me. Everything. Everything he knows everything I've done. All the bad as well. No secrets from. So I'm just like, man, why couldn't he just be like everybody else? Why couldn't he be the dumb God from the cult? Why couldn't he be that dumb God? That was full of himself. That was narcissistic. Why couldn't God be like him? Of the cult, and a lover of himself, and not notice me. You know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. I'm like, he's paying attention to all the show over there, all the praise, all the worship. He's loving it over there. God is, he's not noticing what I'm doing over here. He's not noticing me sneaking out the back way, but he's smart. He was watching me the whole damn time. Anywhere I went, to watching me. He wasn't the God that was full of himself in the cult. I'm just like, God damn it, why couldn't you be like that? Why couldn't you be like the people on this planet, god damn it? You know, like I wanted to believe, you know? I would have been long gone by now. Long gone, you know? But I'm just like, fuck. I'm just like, it's just not possible that this is still going, you know? That I'm still going. It's not possible, you know? But anyways, I've been watching some some stuff about Jesus like that I've never seen before. It's like a series called The Chosen, and it's been pretty interesting. Um, I always catch things, you know, that I feel like God talks to me through movies more than he talks to me like in real life, like it, never in a Loud Voice, you know, like this is what I want you to do in a loud voice. He never does that. It pisses me off. Just like, tell me what you want me to do, I'll do it. You know, say it out loud. So there's no confusion about what you want me to do. There's no confusion. You know, I don't have to like feel it out, guess, like, okay, you're telling me yes on this, you know. Instead of doing that, just tell me out loud, this is what you want me to do. You know. Never does that. He talks to me through different ways all the time. It pisses me off, you know. He's so indirect, you know, but direct at the same time. But anyways, watching The Chosen, some things stuck out for sure. And I don't think it was an accident, but Jesus was talking about gathering different kinds of fish, all different kinds of fish, and he'll sort it out later. And that kind of reminds me of what he did with my subscribers on my channel. He just brought in all different kinds of people, different kinds of fish, all different kinds. I mean, I don't have one group that, you know, like I have all Jesus followers. No, I don't. I have partly of Jesus followers. I have partly INFJs. Just that's what they are. They don't believe in Jesus. You know, I have the intuitives. I got the star seeds. I got all sorts. He's brought all sorts of different kinds of people. That's what I noticed. Not just one type of group of like, this is it. You know, he's brought all different kinds on purpose. I know it was on purpose. All different kinds of different communities, basically. And not only in YouTube, he's done that in real life. He's got all these communities to acknowledge me, you know, almost like he's drawn all the communities to notice me on the ground in real life. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing it that way as well. I've noticed. I notice these things that, you know, because I pay attention to like the bigger scheme of things, you know, of what God's trying to develop, you know, and these are the things I've noticed, you know, because when he says, I want you to fish for men, or, you know, or women, it's true. That's what he's doing. He's like casting the net and like bringing people to me, and from me bringing them to him. Basically, that's what it feels like, bringing them to me and then me bringing it to him. You know, in a way, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a chain type of a thing. If that makes sense. But another part of me is like, hard to believe that Jesus himself is utilizing me for real. The real Jesus is. That's pretty hard for me to believe. you know, just like, you know, he didn't see me as some loser, you know, like everybody else did. He got me out of the depths of hell, like I said, you know, and I still have low self esteem, but he's still utilizing me. I still don't like it on the planet. He still utilizes me. That's what I noticed. Like it doesn't matter my character defects. It doesn't matter. He's still utilizing me. He's still helping me. At the same time. So it's pretty interesting, if I'm honest, uh, to see how he works in a way. It's pretty neat in a way. Pretty neat, I would say. Pretty interesting. Uh, but but he has his reasons for why he does things the way he does things. I don't understand. Like he thinks differently than me. So, he cares about people more than I do. So of course he's gonna try to draw more people in that he cares about that I don't really know or care about, but he does. So you know that's what I realized today. I'm like, Jesus actually cares about all these people that I don't really care about, really. But he's utilizing me anyways, so I'm like, okay. So I'm like, all right. He seems to care about me too, so I'm like, okay. All right. So that's kind of how it's gone. It's just like, all right. Because I would never try to fish for people by myself, like on my own, for the hell of it. Hell no. You know? That's crazy. That's like I've been targeted enough in life. Draw more people to me. To target me more. No, on purpose. No, but the thing that another thing that was said in the movie is like he'll sort it out the fish later, like the bad ones from the good ones. Like doesn't matter. Like he's just he's just drawing them in, the bad, the good, different doesn't matter. He's drawing all the fish in basically. Seems like different types of fish, good, bad, doesn't matter. He'll sort it out. So I'm like, oh, whatever, all right, that works. So I don't have to pay attention. Who's the good ones, who's the bad ones? I don't care about that. He'll know. He knows everything. So, but anyways, but part of me was really in denial today. I'm like, this can't be happening. This can't be happening. He's not doing this. This is too unreal. He's not utilizing somebody that everybody thinks is just trash. You know what I'm saying? Even me. He's not, the Lord himself is not utilizing me. That everybody wouldn't believe that, it's not possible. you know, if you saw my whole life, it's not possible that the Lord would utilize me still, even I'm like in denial. I wouldn't utilize me. I wouldn't I wouldn't choose to utilize me if I was the Lord. you know. you know. But it doesn't matter. You trust something about me for some reason. Don't know. But anyways. I don't really all that stuff I don't really care about. I just want to not be in pain anymore. He knows that. I don't care about all this other stuff he's trying to do. If I'm honest, I don't care. I'm pretty selfish. I just don't want to be in pain anymore. He knows that's been my number one goal. Don't want to be in pain. And I bought some stuff at Costco about for pain and some natural stuff. So maybe that was no accident. Probably not. That I ran into that today. So, but I don't really want to take more stuff for pain. I want him. to take care of the pain. You know, I don't want to take more stuff. You know, I'm taking enough stuff. You know, in my opinion. You know, just like I'm tired of taking supplements and all that stuff. Just you fix it. You, Jesus, you fix it. You know, that's how I am. You do it. I don't want to take all this stuff every day. I don't. You know, I don't want to fill myself up with all these supplements every day, constantly. You know, but it does matter. I'm like, all right. But anyways, enough about that. My personal stuff. But he's still utilizing me anyways. Even though I think this is hopeless, he can't heal me totally. Like, that's another thing I was saying. I'm like, I'm helping you, but I don't even think you can heal me all the way. I don't even think you can help me all the way. Like, I'm doubting Jesus. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm helping you, but I don't even think you can get me to where I want to be. I'm doubting Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Jesus, I'm doubting him, you know? So, it's just the way I am. Just like, I look at my life as a whole, I'm like, the young me would doubt Jesus big time. The younger me would doubt Jesus big time. The me now, I'm like, he's proven a lot. He's proven trustworthy to this point, you know? So I'm like, do I believe? Do I believe he can pull this off? You know, give me the life I want, get me out of pain, all that stuff. Do I believe? You know, not fully, but maybe he can. But I was just like, I'll help you anyways. I don't care if there's no hope for me. I don't care anymore. That's what I said. I'm like, I don't care if there's no hope for me anymore. Don't care. You know, I'll help him. Fuck it. You know. So I know he's the only one that cares or showing that he's cared. So I'm like, I'll help you. Fuck it. Whatever your plans are for your people, followers, I'll help you. I don't care. So I got nothing else to do, you know. And that's another thing I learned in the movie that stuck out was like my job, my real role in life is larger. My real role of why I'm here is larger than my trade, what I do for work. And I think he was wanting me to see that. Like my real role, what he wants me to do for whatever, be a fisher, men, women, whatever, battle axe, doesn't matter. My real role, gladiator, doesn't matter. General, doesn't matter. My real role is more than just my trade, what I do for work. Because what I do for work is just to, you know, pay for stuff. You know, that's it. But my real role is what he's trying to show me. Like, this is why you're here for more than just what you're doing for your trade, basically. You know, so he was more than just a craftsman or carpenter. You know, so that's what I think about. He was a lot more. His role was a lot more than just being a carpenter. You know, so. But I'm no carpenter, but I'm something. I do something else. But anyways, like, but that's just kind of what I've been noticing. Just like he's casting the net. He's drawing in all sorts of different fish. You know, on his own. I never say subscribe. On his own, he's drawing in the fish. You know, to me. It was all him. I know it was. This all of a sudden this video goes viral. One video that I thought would get like 50 views goes viral. It has like 80,000 now. That was him. That was all him. Like, I didn't even think that video would take off at all. If anything, compared to my other videos, you know, somehow it took off. It has like 80,000 views now. You know, that's all him. He wanted people to see that video in a bad way. You know, maybe because he was partly talking through me through it. You know what I'm saying? Or something. But, uh, but anyways, like, but yeah, I don't have a lot of hope. You know, I don't. But he's the only one that gives me any hope. Like, if there's any hope, he does. Jesus does. God. He's the only one that gives me any hope. Like, if there was no God or Jesus, I'd be out of here. I'd be out of here. You know, like nobody even knows how fast I'd be out of this off this planet so fast. It would make your head spin. Like chewing bubble gum, I'd be off this planet. You know, God knows that. Just like another day at the park, I'd be done. You know, pretty much, I would. If it wasn't for God or Jesus, you know, giving me some hope of any kind. You know, this world gives me no hope by itself. This world gives me no hope. I'm serious. This world has never given me hope from day one. No hope. You know, this, you know, I don't think very highly of this place. You know, I don't. So, I know a lot of people think that this world is the greatest and it's the only thing there is, and you know, look at all the actors and look at all, you know, this and that. I'm like, to me, it's just a shithole. I'm being serious. This whole world's just a shithole to me, and I know that may offend a lot of people, but that's just how I see it. Probably because I've seen where God's from, you know, and I can compare. You know, like I know there's a better place, like way better. Like I can sense that I've been to better places, you know, before this life. I can sense that. You know, how could I know this world is a shithole? What's there to compare it to? How could I know that? You know, but I know that. I'm comparing it to where I've been, you know, before this life, basically. Just saying it how it is. This is like the trash center of the galaxy, in my opinion. But this is where Jesus chose to do his crucifixion, you know, the shithole of the galaxy. For some reason, you know. But I'm sorry to the people that think this earth is awesome. I'm sorry. I apologize. I completely apologize. I've been here a while. You know, I'm tired of it. But I'm here for my purpose. So basically. So, but anyways, I'm just like, so things will get interesting. Once I get put in the right places, you know. And I think that's what God's trying to do, is put me in the right places that he wants to utilize me, you know, and with more power, more you know, in the voice of his power, you know, basically, if that makes sense. It's basically going to be him talking through me to cut people like a battle axe. You know what I'm saying? It basically will be him, in my opinion, more than it will be me. So, but I do think it's going to be pretty fun. You know, I like doing that kind of thing, like rocking people's worlds with just straight up in your face truth. Like, you know. So, anyways, it should be interesting. But I know a lot of it won't be videotaped. The shit he wants me to do, it won't be. You know, it may be, but it's gonna be some of the stuff. I feel like it's gonna be powerful shit. you know, it's coming from God. You know, out of my mouth. It's gonna be pretty powerful, um, in my opinion. But it feels like this is what he wants to do. It's what he wants me to do. So I'm pretty bored as hell. I'll admit it, I'm bored as hell on this planet. I need to be a battle axe. I need to, you know, do something more, something more exciting, than what I'm doing, So that's what I was saying today. I'm like, I need a more exciting life, and being the Lord's battle axe, that sounds pretty damn exciting. Not gonna lie. If it was being like a prophet for God, that would be boring for me. He knows that. That'd be so boring. No offense to prophets, but I'm not the biggest fan of prophets. Coming from a cult, I'm like, there's nothing special about this prophet in the cult. Nothing. No healing abilities. Nothing. Just like there's nothing special about him. So the only person that's impressed me that is mentioned in the cult, they kind of mention Jesus a little bit, not a lot, but Jesus is the only one that's impressed me. Out of anything I was taught in that cult, Jesus himself. Even though they don't teach him properly, they don't teach him correctly. A lot of the stuff they say about him isn't legit what he's about. Still, the real Jesus has impressed me the most. The one from the Bible, the one that came here, did the suffering for everybody, that one, that Jesus has been impressive so far. And that's why I'm just like in shock. I'm still in shock. God knows I'm in shock. I'm like, this is not happening. This is not happening. In my mind, I'm like, this isn't happening. There's still a way to get out of this. You can disprove God somehow. Even now, you can still disprove him somehow. Show that he's a bad guy. Show that he's like people of the world. You can still pull that off. Trying to convince myself. But anyways, part of me's just like, fuck it. Jesus, or God has shown me how crazy he is. In a way, I'm like, fuck, I'll be crazy too. Fuck it. God's showing how crazy it is for the suffering he went through. He's crazy. Like, you have to be crazy to suffer like he did, in my opinion. I know he hears me. I know he does. This is the craziest thing I've ever experienced, is knowing how much he's gone through. It's batshit crazy. But that's what he wanted to do. That's what love is, I guess. So to each their own. He had an idea to do it. Come down here on the planet. Suffer for everyone. That was his idea, so for some reason. So to each their own, but anyways, enough about that. I think I've made enough for this video, but yeah, that's just kind of things I've noticed. It's just like Jesus is kind of using me as one of his fishermen of men and women. Like, he's using me as, like, how he says fish for people. I feel like that's what he's doing with me, like with my channel, and maybe even in real life too, you know, because I think he wants people to know who I am so he can fish those people to me, to him, if that makes sense. To me, to him. Because he knows, he knows damn well I know that he's legit. He knows that I know that, even if I want to keep it a secret in real life. Like, oh yeah, I believe in all this other stuff. Oh yeah, I believe in all this other stuff. But deep down, I know Jesus is legit, you know, like my little secret, you know, but he knows that. So he can utilize me just like I know that you know I exist, basically, you know, because I saved your ass. I saved your ass and I brought you to this point. I know you know I exist. It's him saying it to me. I'm like, yeah, I know you exist. I'm not an idiot. I didn't bring myself to this point. I'm not an idiot. You know, I know the only way that I could have gone to this point, been brought to this point, is if you suffered my whole damn life back in the day. That's the only damn way, you know, that you could have brought me to this point. so, so even if I deny, you know, whatever, he knows damn well I know he exists. So, oh well, it is what it is, but just gonna paint a bigger target on me. I know it. It's like, oh, that's the guy that knows Jesus exists for real. Target him, you know, basically. As if I didn't get targeted enough without knowing Jesus exists 100%. Now it changes the whole game even more, you know. So it's kind of like a big nightmare in a way, but maybe a good nightmare in some ways. But like I said, there'd be no hope without Jesus on this planet. There'd be no hope for me, you know. You know, I hate it here. This place is ran by demons. Satan runs this whole world basically. He runs it. You know, there'd be no hope without a Jesus, in my opinion, because of that. So there'd be no reason to go on without Jesus, in my opinion. For me, you know, not speaking for everybody else. Some people think this world is awesome. To each their own, you know. But anyways, I think I've said enough on this video, but yeah, that's just kind of things I've noticed. So get some rest and go at it again tomorrow. You know, this is crazy. Oh well. Kind of like reminds me of that line in Batman. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. That's what it feels like, you know. So no matter how crazy I feel, God's way more crazy than I am, in my opinion. I know he hears me, you know. But he knows what I mean, you know, because I know what the hell he's been through. To an extent, I do. He's crazy. What he went through back in the day. He's crazy to me. I'm like, just you're one crazy bastard to suffer that much for for children that may not even care about you. You suffer that much for them, you know. So, but anyways, all I care about is being a battle axe. Basically, that's all I care about now. I don't know. I wasn't very excited about, you know, like I don't want to do something boring for God. You know, he knows that. I don't want to do something boring. But battle axe sounds pretty damn exciting. You know, get a lot of shock value out of it. Shock a lot of people. Break a lot of belief systems down. You know, just break everything down until pretty much the only thing left standing is Jesus. Break everything else down until it's just Jesus by himself, representing everything. Pretty much is how I feel. That's what God wants me to do. You know, until it's just his kingdom. That's it. That's what it feels like. But anyways, but I've noticed that it's kind of exhausting following Jesus. It's kind of exhausting, you know. You have to alter your whole path. You have to alter how you live. You have to alter. You can't go to certain places anymore, you know. Like, you have to alter a lot of things, you know, to follow Jesus. You really do. You have to alter a lot of things, you know, to walk a better path with less resistance, you know, like a better road, you know, that's not of the world, you know. So that's what I know is it's kind of exhausting in a way, but because it does feel like I'm carrying a cross in a way. It does. I'm like, shit. Just like, anyways, like two battered soldiers. Well, I see him. He's more than a soldier, you know, but two, you know, guys carrying a cross, you know, but I'm a soldier trying to carry a cross, you know, trying to be like him. Not very well, but it does seem like it is true. He's still carrying his cross. You know what I'm saying? He really is. To this day. It's insane, you know. But that's how he rolls. You know, it's his deal, you know. I guess that's what love's about, you know, follow him. You know, he's leading the way. He's suffering the most and leading the way. So you're following somebody that's suffered the most, basically. You're not following some Joe Schmo that just wants to be a leader. You're following that's someone that's walked the walk, walks the walk. You know what I'm saying? Not talks the talk. He walks the walk. You know, that's who you're following. Basically, when it comes to Jesus, you're following someone that is really walking the walk. Always walking the walk. Doesn't even stop to talk the talk. You know, basically to blow smoke up. You know, just putting on a show. Basically, he's walking the walk. You know, he's backing it up. What he says, he backs it up. You know, he does. And that's why I'm like, why can't you just be like everybody else and just take a break? You know, just not pay attention for a second, you know? But, you know, he ain't like everybody else. That's what I've learned. He ain't like anybody else at all. So he's a whole different thing than I've ever encountered. So that's all I gotta say. I'm just like, I'm like, it would be an honor to be your battle axe. It would be an honor to be maybe your second in command. He's like, we'll see. But it's always weird. Like my whole life, I felt like I was like second in command to someone, to something, with not knowing who or what. But I've always felt like I'm second in command to something out there. You know, not the main guy, but like the second in command guy. I've always felt that way. I know it's weird. So maybe I was second command to Jesus or something. That's the one that's out there. That I'm second in command or something. I've always felt that way. Not first in command. I've always felt second in command in any scenario. You know, seems like. That's kind of why I try to divert the attention away from me, because I'm not first in command, basically. But anyways, I think that's enough for this video. Uh, Part of me still doesn't know how God's going to pull all this off. I don't know. I don't know how He's going to pull all this off. Like, I'm like, I told him, like, I'm sorry I didn't take better care of myself. You know, I'm doing my best, you know. So, anyways, he knows I'm trying to keep pace with him, basically. Anyways, but that's all I want to say for this video, I think. So, I'll talk to you later.